Okay, hey guys, so the next FR that we will talk about is Terra. So Terra will also get her FR board and she will gain access to Echo's FR. And let's talk about Terra's FR as main FR. Okay, so her FR condition, we can hit up to 80% provided that it is Terra's turn and she's using a consecutive turn. Like when you use her LD, then she got consecutive, and during the 5 free turn after you use her LD, they are all consecutive turn. So you can easily hit up to 80% per turn during Terra's turn. But if it's ally, then it's just 20% for magic user. Okay, so she has a condition where you use magic. So Garnet is a magic character, so Garnet will be able to fulfill that condition. But even if using Garnet's echoes during Terra FR, we are just going to get 40%, 20% for magic and 20% for echo FR. So her FR is really bad for the party, so it is mainly designed for her. But one of her problem is that she has low HP damage count in all of her ability except her FR. So you probably would not want to activate her FR as main and then go into her BT phase and things like that, because there are other characters that can do better. So that's why I'm not giving a very high score in terms of using Terra's FR as a main FR. So it's 2/5. But do note that if you really want to use Terra FR as a main FR, she can easily hog all of the 10 FR turn, and each turn will be 80%. So that is something to consider about. So Terra FR as Echo's FR. Okay, I do think that she is very good as an Echo character. First of all, her FR is instant turn. So instant turn, you can easily use both her FR echoes back to back, increasing HP damage bonus, or using it as a nuke, because her FR has 5 HP dump. And I can tell you that I have checked through all the characters from now in GL until what we have in JP. There is only a handful of characters that has 5 HP dumps for their FR. Okay, some characters like Van, they have 5 as well, but it's single target. Okay, so split damage, AoE, 5 HP down, we don't have much of it. So I would really want everyone to think about this. 5 HP dumps during echoes, for a FR skill, they hit really hard because most, if not all, the FR has an additional 250% max brave cap up or HP damage limit up. So technically, if a 5 HP dump FR is equivalent to maybe a 10, 11 or 12 HP dump skill. Okay, so this means that Terra will be hitting very hard. So I've tested this in a previous video where I bring the HP damage bonus up to 999, and then I nuke with Terra using her FR. So she was able to do 36 million on target with launch, and on the other enemy is 26 million. So that's total of 62 million. And I was able to execute both FR back to back, so that's like 124 million. So that's a lot of damage. And if you imagine this, like after I have used Terra's FR both consecutively, and then I swap her out with the friend unit, and Terra being instant turn, that friend unit, assuming that it is Terra, she can do another 2 FR new. Then we get another 124 million. So this really put Terra, with this setup, I do think that it is worthy to bring her as the main unit in your team. And yeah, it's a FR that I would definitely pull for and max out just in order to execute this. Okay, so another thing that I want to highlight is that having instant turn is very useful for a 6 warrior quest. So imagine this, you have 3 characters as the main team and 3 on the back. The one that is on the back, all of them has instant turn FR. Okay, so your main team, you can just swap them in, use 2 echoes, swap them back out, then swap to another character that have instant turn FR, use another 2 FR echoes, and then swap them again. So it is pretty broken if you have all of them switching in and out and just keep spamming echoes like that. Yeah, so it is actually pretty broken in that sense. So for me personally, I will actually try to pull for all FR that has instant turn, because I do think that it will be very fun to use them. They can be very in terms of gameplay, they can really it's much easier to execute your setup when you have an instant turn FR. But like I say, we can always use Luna Freya's LD call to do a similar setup, because Luna Freya LD call gives 2 turn to the other unit where you can just use it to spam FR. So that's that. So for that, I would give Terra a 4/5 for her FR as an Echo FR. Alright, for her base kit, I'm sorry to all Terra's fans, but I do not think that she has a very good base kit, except one thing. But let me talk about that in a while. First, about her HP dumps. She has very low HP dump across the kit. Apart from the FR that can be used as a nuke, the other skill has like, S1 has 3, but it's AoE, so let's just assume if against 2 enemies that's 6. Then S2 is 4 with 1 splash, so that's like 4 plus 1, so it's like 5. And EX I think is 5 with a splash, so that's like 6. And LD is 4 AoE, so that's 8. So something that's worth using is her LD and then her FR. The other skills will feel lackluster, but anyway, she can turn Hawk. So she can take 10 turns, 20 turns like easily without giving the enemy's turn or your other characters any turn. So this may not be very useful in FR, because we have a time frame of like 10 turns, and if Terra is going to use it all with lackluster damage output, it's not going to make sense. But I do want to point out one thing is that you may not see it now, but in several more Shinryu, we will start to get this thing called HP gate. So what will happen during a HP gate is that you will not be able to deal damage to a specific enemy until you have met a certain condition. So for example, I was just fighting against Leo Shinryu. So what happened is that at 69% or 79%, I can't remember exactly, I will not be able to further reduce the HP of the enemy unless I delay it by 2 turns. So the enemy will gain a yellow aura, and then I need to delay it 2 turns, and then the yellow aura will disappear. So in that case, I will waste 2 turns. So imagine if you use a very strong FR and you generate up to, let's say, 900% HP damage bonus, and suddenly you need to waste 2 turns in order to remove the HP gate. Unless you are lucky enough that, from maybe 80%, you use 1 echoes and it hit them right to 69% where they will activate the yellow aura. But I can tell you, most of the time when I was just clicking buttons, I kept stopping at 70, and I need to use 1 turn to bring it from 70 to 69 to activate the yellow aura, and then another turn to delay it 2 turns so that I can cancel the yellow aura. So I wasted 2 turns during my FR phase when my HP damage bonus is really high up, and that is a waste. So if you have a character like Terra who can turn Hong and you can plan your turn carefully, you can activate Terra's FR, and then she can turn Hawk for the other 10 turns just to pass this specific HP threshold before you actually go all out and use your echoes and things like that. So that is something to consider about, because there are a few fights that probably is designed in a way that you have to use more than 1 FR. So in that situation, Terra actually is a good pick because she does help manipulate the turn and help you to strategize better. So If you still cannot see it, do look back. We just got a fight Dimension and Transcendence 13 where we have 3 wave. And I'm not sure some of you did or did not face this condition where, let's say you deal damage to the enemy and all the enemy is like at 2% HP, and then you use another skill just to kill them, then go over to the next phase. So just imagine how much damage you actually wasted just to deal that 2% where you can actually deal over 10% of HP damage worth. Anyway, in order to execute that, you got to be very precise with your gameplay. So I don't think that a lot of players will resonate with that. So if you are more of a casual player and want to look at big number, you will definitely feel Terra to be a bit lackluster. So overall, for her base kit, I'm giving a 2/5. 2 just for her capability as turn hogging, not for her DPS. So for my personal overall evaluation, if I would to use Terra as a main member, to be used in my team, I would definitely strategize and use her as a nuke, as I mentioned earlier. So in the video that I've done, if you use Terra's FR early or late, it does make a significant difference, and to the point whether can you kill the enemy within 1 FR or not. Right, so another things that I want to say here is that I definitely want to get all character with instant turn FR. I find them to be very interesting and strategic, so I will definitely pull for Terra and max her out. So her overall score, I will give her a 6/10. Alright, and even if you are not really going to use her as the main FR whatsoever, but you decide that you want to still turn hog a little and use and spam her skills, then I would suggest to first use the LD in order to give her 5 consecutive turns. Then you can use some S1 or S2, and then you continue to spam all your LD until the final FR turn. So let's say if you have 5 FR turn left, you can use and she has 4 LDs, right? So you can start with LD, S1, or if 4 LD and you have 5 turns left, you can just LD, 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 and then echoes. Okay, so at least that will guarantee you a higher damage output instead of using her S1 or EX. Just spam her LD, alright? So good luck in your pool.